Hey guys, it's Bob here, That Scottish Drummer, and we're getting up close and personal today. I've got my webcam here and I'm going to be jumping in my computer in just a minute. And what we're going to be looking at is if you're ready to send me drums to record for your project, just exactly what you have to do to make this all go nice and easy for you and for me. And in the end, you'll get your audio files and you'll just drag them into your project and it'll all work seamlessly. So we're going to look at a few things. What I'm going to need from you is the sample rate of your project. And now I've had a few people confused lately between the buffer sample rate, which is a sample rate, and the actual recording sample rate of the project. So we're going to clarify that today. The BPM, if you're recording to a click, that way I can set up my session to the same tempo. That's the two main things. And then we're going to look at how to bounce out your project to a nice MP3, which you can just drop in an email. It's a nice small file and send me that. And again, if you have drums in your project, you're going to want to bounce two MP3s out, one with drums, one without drums, so that I can listen to both versions and record to the one that doesn't have drums. So I'm going to jump into Logic on my computer now and throw myself in the corner. So what we're going to look at today is this Billie Eilish project, Ocean Eyes, which is a free one that Logic give you, which is pretty cool. So let's have a listen to this now. Okay, so we can see that these four channels down here are all the drums. So if we were to bounce this out without drums, we would just simply highlight them and mute all of those. And the shortcut to bounce in Logic is Command B. Now that's going to pull this menu up here. By default, it always goes to PCM, which is a larger file. It's got a lot more information in it, but for the ease of use, MP3 is just hard to beat. So I would suggest select MP3, make sure that your start and end point line up for your project. So we're starting at 111, that's the very beginning, and the end is 125, which looks about right. So just make sure that you're not cutting any of your project out. Normalize, you can do what you want with this, leave it on. I usually go for overload protection only. Now you do want 320 kilobits per second, which is the highest quality for MP3. It's still a very small file. And that's everything. So I'm not going to bounce this right now, but what you would do is you hit OK, and then you would select the location that you want to save it, which is usually in your Logic folder. And again, if you were to bounce this with drums, sorry, that was without drums, you would select these again, unmute, and do the same thing, bounce, and you would just call it, a version with drums or a version without drums. Just name it appropriately. So that's pretty much how you bounce out. It's that easy. If you're using a different DAW to Logic, there'll be a similar way. It'll probably just be like File and Bounce. Bounce is the easiest way to do it. So anyway, I'm getting off track here. The other things that we're going to look at is tempo. Now you can see the information I have up here is the sample rate and the tempo. Now if you don't see that, you can right click up here and you can customize a control bar. And in this LCD section, if you go, there's beats in project, which tell you the BPM and it has the time. But I like to go to custom, and then this way you can choose what you want. So I select the sample rate, which you can see here is 48 kilohertz, and I select the tempo, which is 145 BPM, and I like to show my CPU and hard disk just to see how hard I'm pushing my computer. So the standard sample rates to record are 44.1, 48, and sometimes 96 kilohertz. So generally you're probably going to fall under one of those, and they all sound good. 44.1 doesn't sound bad. It's been the standard for a long time, and I'm sure it will continue to be the standard. Now BPM, if you're not recording to a click, again, don't worry about this, just let me know. And that pretty much is everything that I need from you. So let's get out of Logic. Yeah, so it's not difficult. it can seem overwhelming, like what do you send a remote session player? But that's pretty much it. If you can do 2 MP3s, one with drums and one without, and again, if your music doesn't have drums, totally fine. Just send me what you have as an MP3 and let me know the BPM. You don't have to send me anything for the BPM. Just let me know the sample rate and the BPM. I'll set up my session so that when I record and I upload the files to you, you'll download them. You literally just drag and drop them into your project and they will all play back absolutely perfectly, which is great for you because I want my clients to be happy and I want it to be easy for all of you. Sorry, that's my watch. I want it to be easy for you to get these real drums into your project. So that's it for today, guys. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions and feel free to email me with any questions as well. Stay safe and I'll see you in the next one.